Innovation awaits, where century-old traditions blend with modern innovation. Let's discover the contrasts of Japan.
Welcome to Travel Tuesday with Teresa, the ultimate source of wanderlust inspiration. Join the journey led by your host, Teresa Belcher.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. I am Teresa Belcher, your host for Travel Tuesday with Teresa. I'm the founder of Honeymoon Islands. And today we're going to explore Japan. And I invited one of my travel partners in Japan to join me. Her name is Fabiola Jimenez. Welcome to the show, Fabiola.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you for the invitation. I'm really excited to be here and talk about one of my favorite destinations, Japan. My name is Fabiola and I represent Destination Asia in the US and Canada. I work closely with travel advisors like Teresa, supporting them with ideas. And I'm also the connection to our incredible local teams in Japan who handle all the ground services. So together, we make sure every experience is seamless from start to finish. I've also had the opportunity to visit Japan myself, so I love being able to share not just information, but the real insights to help make each trip special.
Awesome. And when we were talking earlier, you told me your story. You're from Mexico originally, and you're coming live from Los Angeles today.
Correct.
How did you get from like Mexico to represent Japan? What is your story?
So I was actually a travel advisor for many years, and then I was specialized in Asia. I just wanted to do Asia because I have traveled myself before, and and when my travelers come with honeymoons for family trips for one time in Asia, that was great. But the second time, it were other destinations that I wasn't very focused at or very specialized, and then I started giving away my trips to my colleagues. And then I started saying, okay, like I now need to focus on what I'm like passionate about and I really like. So I started looking for opportunity, and Destination Asia was the best opportunity I could take.
Awesome. And I remember you telling me that every time you went to Japan, you or Asia in general, you felt like you had a past life there. You felt so connected.
Yes,
And so
that is so true.
that's a beautiful story. But
I know.
if anyone is interested in Destination Asia, they
Mhm.
are a B2B company. And what does that mean? B2B means business to business. They only work with travel advisors. Hence, they are my travel partners in Asia, including Japan. So I'm going to let you take it over and showcase Japan and let everyone learn something new. And before you start, I learned something new recently in preparing for this podcast.
Mhm.
Did you know that Japan has the most Michelin star restaurants than any country on planet Earth? So for all you foodies, Japan is where you want to go if you're into Michelin star fine dining restaurants.
So this is Japan. To start, Japan is located in East Asia, just across the Pacific Ocean from the United States. One of the great things about Japan is how well connected it is. There are many direct flights from major cities in the US, especially from the West Coast like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle, but also from cities like New York, Chicago, or Dallas. One of the reasons Japan is such a popular destination is because it's actually one of the best introductions to Asia, especially for first-time visitors. It is actually incredibly safe, clean, and well organized, which makes traveling there feel very comfortable even if it's your first time in the region. At the same time, each area has its own identity. Tokyo feels completely different from Kyoto or Osaka, so you get a lot of experiences within one country. And something I always like to highlight is the attention to detail. Whether it's your hotel, a guided experience, or even a simple meal, everything is done with so much care and intention that you will love it. That's also where Japan really stands out, its hospitality. The level of service is just exceptional, and it's something travelers remember longer after their trip. So, when it comes to seasonality, Japan is truly a year-round destination, but each season offers a completely different experience. Spring, especially March and April, we all know is one of the most popular times to visit because of the cherry blossoms. The weather is mild and is just a very beautiful time to be in the country. Summer from June through August tends to be hot and humid, but it's also festival season. So you will find a lot of local celebrations and fireworks happening across the country. Around June, it's rainy season. It doesn't rain all day, every day, but the weather can be more humid during that time. And one thing to keep in mind is typhoon season, which typically peaks in late summer and August around September as well. Fall. This is around October and November, and it's my favorite season. It's very pleasant weather-wise. It's not humid, it's not hot anymore, and the autumn foliage is absolutely stunning. Also, let me mention about winter. From December to February is much quieter with fewer crowds. It's great time for winter landscapes, and especially in the north part of Hokkaido, and where you can enjoy the ski season and the hot springs. There are also some busy travel periods that we should avoid, like Golden Week in early May, when domestic travelers are like really traveling around Japan, visiting their relatives. So the relatives, sorry. So definitely we should avoid this season. And this year is happening from April 29 till May 5th. It's just like a couple of holidays that just get together and just happen to be in the same week. So, what really makes Japan iconic is the way it blends tradition and innovation so well. You can be in centuries-old temple in the morning and then in a high-speed bullet train on the futuristic part of Tokyo just a few hours later. At the same time, there's a deep sense of tradition that's still very much part of everyday life, whether it's tea ceremonies or cultural rituals from the locals. Japan is also incredibly advanced when it comes to technology and infrastructure, which makes traveling very smooth and efficient. And of course, the food culture is just exceptional. It's such an important part of the experience. When it comes to planning a trip to Japan, I always like to start with what we call the Golden Route, which is perfect for first-time visitors. This typically includes Kyoto, Tokyo, and Osaka. Tokyo gives you that vibrant city energy and incredible food scene. Kyoto is where you really experience traditional Japan with temples and cultural sites, and Osaka adds more relaxed, foodie-focused atmosphere. Along this route, there are some must-see experiences. Things like visiting Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto, or walking through the bamboo forest in Arashiyama, or experiences the energy of Shibuya Crossing in Tokyo. From there, you can always enhance your trip depending on your interests. That's when it comes to best of Japan. If you want to lay down in a ryokan and be next to the Mount Fuji, you can go to Hakone. Or from Kyoto, you can also visit Kanazawa in the north for a less touristic place. And from Kyoto or Osaka as well, you can take a bullet train for 2 hours and be in Miyajima for the best oysters, and visit Hiroshima as well. Okinawa is located in the south and feels like Japan's tropical side. It's all about beautiful beaches, crystal clear water, and a much relaxed peace. It's a great option for travelers looking to slow down and enjoy a more laid-back resort-style experience. On the other hand, Hokkaido in the north offers something completely different. It's known for its nature, wide open landscapes, and cooler climate. So in the winter, it's a stop destination for snow and winter sports. In the summer, it's great for outdoor activities with more comfortable temperatures. One of the most special experiences you can have in Japan is staying in a ryokan, which is a traditional Japanese style inn. It is very different from a typical hotel stay. The focus is really on hospitality, simplicity, and creating a cultural experience. Remember to take off your shoes and wear the slippers. This is very important etiquette when you go to a ryokan. Rooms usually have tatami mat flooring, sliding doors, and instead of a bed, you will sleep on a futon that's prepared for you in the evening. Rooms and guests are served seasonal and multi-course meals, every reflective and in the region, and all the ingredients are very like farmer source and all that. And in many ways, it feels like staying in someone's home. It's very personal, very peaceful, and great way to connect with Japanese culture in a more authentic way. Onsens are a big part of Japanese culture and are all about relaxation, wellness, taking time to slow down. Typically, they are separated by gender, so they are different areas for men and women. Before entering the bath, there's a full washing routine, which is part of the experience and something I always like to guide travelers through, so they have the confidence and it is more comfortable for them and they are prepared for this experience. It might feel a little bit unfamiliar at first, but once you experience it, it becomes incredibly relaxing and memorable. Some do's, take off your clothes in the entrance changing room and leave it there. Be respectful and keep your voice down. Some don'ts, do not use your phone or take photos. Do not enter the onsen wearing underwear or swimsuit. Japan is truly a dream destination for food lovers, and one of the highlights of any trip is experiencing the incredible variety of its cuisine. One of the most special dining experiences is omakase, which means I will leave it up to you. You're going to be seated on a counter and the chef prepares each piece of sushi right in front of you, serving it one by one. There are a few simple etiquette tips, like eating each piece in one bite, usually right after it's served, and often usually with your hands instead of with chopsticks. And it's best to avoid adding extra soy sauce or any ginger or anything else because the chef has already seasoned it with everything perfectly. Beyond that, you will find amazing everyday dishes like ramen, which is different by every region, or street food favorites like my favorite is like takoyaki, those small savory octopus balls that are actually from Osaka. You have classics like tempura, which are light and crispy, and the katsukori, which is a comfort dish that many travelers end up loving. And for something sweet, mochi filled with red bean paste is a traditional dessert that's simply but very unique in texture and flavor. Don't forget to drink your matcha and don't forget to visit 7-Eleven for a more deep experience. Events and festivals. More than ever, sports events are very popular nowadays. The Grand Sumo Tournament is a very unique experience and a great way to see traditional Japanese sport. It also takes place in different cities throughout the year, so depending on your travel dates, you might be able to include this in your trip. You also have modern events like Japanese Grand Prix or the Tokyo Marathon, which bring a lot of energy and excitement to the country. And in the winter, the Sapporo Snow Festival, it is very popular with impressive snow and ice sculptures. This is in the north of Japan. And then there are more traditional events like the Omisutori in Nara, which has been celebrating for centuries. And it gives you a deeper look into Japanese culture. It's like a progression that they turn on some antorch and they light up a temple in Nara. Spring is also a special time, not just for cherry blossoms, but also for many local festivals happening across the country, like parades, or people like to gather in the parks and have picnics all day long. And 5 takeaways. Plan ahead for the best experience. Japan rewards early planning, especially for peak seasons and unique stays. Second, Japan is the perfect introduction to Asia. It's safe, organized, and incredibly rewarding for first-time visitors. 3, the people make the experience even more special. Japanese hospitality is warm, respectful, and truly unforgettable. 4th, slow down and enjoy the journey. Japan is not about rushing, it's about experiencing each moment with intention. And fifth, and the most important, work with a professional. Teresa can guide you through the process and will expert you support on the ground, and you can simply enjoy the journey.
You are correct. You do have to plan well in advance. The new normal is about a year in advance. Some plan about a year and a half in advance, but if you are looking for a vacation in Japan and you're giving a 2, 3, 4 months notice, it's going to be really difficult to find availability because Japan is having a moment right now. They are a hot ticket item. So if you're interested in going to Japan, I'm Teresa Belcher. You can reach out to me. I will leave my contact information at the end of this video and below. And if you can dream it, we will create it. Thank you, Fabi.
You're welcome.